And welcome to the Gadget Show.
Yeah, and that's just about all we can tell you about today's show. Its name.
Yeah, because it's that time again. The point in the series where the producers think it's a very good idea to tell us nothing about what's going to be in the entire show.
It's a cruel test, leaving us both physically and mentally unprepared for whatever they're planning to throw at us. But above all, it makes choosing an outfit for the day a bit of a nightmare.
Now, what you're about to see is for real. We do not know where we're going to be or what we're going to be doing in an hour, let alone by the end of the show.
All we know is that to emerge victorious, we need to win more challenges today than we lose.
Yeah.
And I think this has something to do with it.
Hey, we
Let's get
lost
it
last
open.
time, remember?
We did. You're right. We've got to win today.
Right.
Challenge 1. Gadget Show team, your first challenge is for all 5 of you to use tech to make a very special audience laugh. And to win, you must all succeed in raising a chuckle. The clock is ticking. Break a leg.
Wow! Let's do it! Let's go, people!
Go! Oh,
Look at it! Yes.
It's
With a 5.7 litre V8.
I want to be face, please. Backsy face.
Murdoch.
Nice.
That's the mad one.
I'm not
Hannibal. So, with John as Hannibal, we headed off in our 18 van, which had come with a sat-nav to guide us to our first location.
We're filming at the Swan Theatre in Stratford.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
And after an hour, we pulled up outside the Royal Shakespeare Company Theatre in Stratford-upon-Avon for our first of 4 challenges. Stratford, man. That's what I'm meant to be.
Get out.
But we still had no idea who we were about to perform for.
This way, straight on.
All we could do was head to the stage door and then follow the signs backstage.
We're backstage.
I just had to take a sneaky peek to see who was out there.
It's the Chuckle Brothers.
It was the legendary Chuckle Brothers, sitting in their seats waiting for us, and they didn't look too amused.
Very good.
That is genius. There was an amazing array of tech, but how we were going to actually use it was going to take some planning. We had to get 5 laughs to win this challenge, 1 for each Gadget Show presenter. And as it was the first challenge of the day, we just had to win.
Got to tune our gadget radars into not just the tech, but the funny tech. They're going to be hard because they're going to be so bored of being funny and chuckling.
Maybe trying not to laugh at us as well. Yeah.
Some of the gadgets were your typical joke shop gizmos, but some were less obvious, yet they all had the potential to raise a smile. I mean, who can't resist giggling at a whoopee cushion?
Suzi Perry.
Fake bouncy eggs or a fancy dress Mohican?
I've got some laptops. I can do something with those. I volunteered to face the Chuckle Brothers first and had found some laptops all set up with Logitech's video effects software. You can superimpose your eyes and lips onto images of your friends, library shots, or even, rather weirdly, a baby, making it look like they're talking. I combined it with some free voice pitch shifting software, Morph Vox Jr. for an even stranger effect.
I hate sitting out with people looking at me.
The distortion of my voice and my comic faces didn't move them a bit. Not even a hint of a laugh. So it was definitely back to the drawing board.
I'm liking this. I'd come up with an idea using the Korg Micro Sampler, a great bit of tech that you can record samples on and build them into loops and layers of sounds. But it meant that I had to leave the others on stage trying to crack the Chuckle Brothers, whilst I went out looking for people to help me.
This will kill him. I decided to try and get the laugh I needed from the Chuckle Brothers using apps on the iPad. The first one had over 25,000 jokes. Surely one of them would work. Why did the runner quit the race against Bigfoot? He couldn't face defeat. 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 It doesn't take explaining. Stop me if you've heard these before.
Yes, heard it.
Why is math always sad?
I don't know. Why is math always sad?
Because it has too many problems. Come, guys, you've got to help me out in this one. What's the difference between a camera and a sock?
I've no idea.
A camera takes photos and a sock takes 5 toes.
It's almost funny just because
That's
it's
four
so...
toes and 4
I know.
Stay there.
Whilst Ortis was dying on stage, I was out on the streets and I had a plan.
Right, this is an amazing piece of technology. What I love about it is it's built off the back of Korg's professional range of samplers that have been producing funky music for years. And yet this is really, really easy to use. A kid could use this.
Easy it might be, but I still needed some volunteers.
So what I'm trying to do is sample laughter from people and then make a kind of orchestral laughter song. Wahey!
Back in the theatre, we were trying everything and anything to get a giggle from the Chuckle Brothers.
It's not working.
I really don't think they're gonna laugh. I'd spotted something that I knew would raise a smile. The iJoyride. Last time Jason and Suzi rode this, they had to stop filming as they were laughing so much. It's an exercise machine that simulates the action of riding a horse. And with me and Suzi on it, there was no way to fail. Was there? What a result! We got our first laugh. So with 20 minutes of the hour gone, we were making progress. Slowly.
I was still outside on the street, recording laughter in the hope that I could create some sort of laughter masterpiece that would give them the giggles.
Dude, that was fantastic! High five!
While John and Ortis were stressing over the comedy gadget,
Gadgets actually aren't funny.
I'd got the Chuckles up on stage to try and crack their stony expressions with the Reviber Plus. Another exercise machine. This one has a central platform that pivots like a seesaw. Surely some good vibrations would raise a smile. Just to make sure you get the full effect.
Yes, I'm getting the full effect.
Apparently not. But the sight of his brother on the iJoyride was just too much for poor Chuckle. And bingo, we'd got another laugh. 2 laughs! That's one each. They've got a laugh each.
That was 2 out of 5. Okay, John, so they've got 1 each. They've completed their task. It's down to us now.
With time running out, I added a few laughs of my own and then headed straight back to the theatre. There was only 10 minutes left to win the challenge, and I had to hope that laughter really would be infectious. But to make sure I raised a laugh, I decided to add something to my act. Or should I say, lose something.
Guys, right!
I'd managed to record enough laughs outside to play back to the Chuckle Brothers. I'd assigned each one to a different key on the keyboard, which samples and loops them. And as I started to play them, poor Chuckle cracked again.
That was a laugh!
And we only needed 2 more.
The main thing is that I don't feel stupid. I don't feel like I've compromised myself in any way.
We still needed one last push to win the challenge. None of us wanted to fail the first one of the day, but we were running out of time.
Jason, you've got your laugh. That's got to count as a laugh. Polly's got hers. I've got mine. We've got 2 more to get. We've got 5 minutes. Come on, guys.
We all hit the stage together.
The exercise tech had proved to be the most successful during this challenge, so we all decided to give it one last go and piled on.
Ride it, Ortis.
I'm riding it! Our sheer desperation and the joy of watching 5 people so completely and utterly humiliate and debase themselves finally and slowly gave us our 4th laugh.
Buddy, come on, buddy.
Yes, there's a smile! Yes! It's moment! He's laughing!
The Chuckle Brothers were now both laughing. We had our 5th laugh and the challenge was ours. Well, that is the first part of our challenge done, and we won.
Yes.
Even though we did resort to a little bit of nudity and naughtiness.
But in spite of the intense loss of dignity involved, we've only just started because after the break we'll learn where and what our next challenge is going to be.
And of course, at this stage, we have absolutely no idea.
Not a clue, so make sure you join us after the break to find out what our challenge is when we do.
Don't go away.
Let's do it, let's go, let's move! Welcome back to our Gadget Show special.
Now, we're here in Stratford-upon-Avon for a very mysterious challenge.
In fact, 4 challenges all in one day. So mysterious, we have absolutely no idea what they are.
Except for the last one, of course. We know what that is because we've just done it.
Yes, we have, and we won. We had to go into this building, the RSC, and perform using gadgets and make the audience laugh. The Chuckle Brothers, and we did it.
Yay! Well done all around. So, our next challenge is about to be revealed to us by Pollyanna, who has it in that envelope.
I do indeed. Do you want to know what it is?
Stop teasing us, let's see it!
Here we go. Gadget Show team, for your second challenge, you must build a power-assisted bike and race against a professional cyclist. You must use the bike we have provided, and there's a whole heap of tech waiting for you to help you modify it. Your opponent is waiting for you on the start line, so you better get a move on.
Wow!
Ready?
I love it! I love it! I love this show?
We headed straight for the quarter-mile drag strip at Shakespeare County Raceway, where pro cyclist Ben Swift was ready and waiting for us.
Ben Swift is one of the UK's brightest young talents and has notched up a number of big wins with his cycling team since 2009.
Clearly, we were going to need more than a bit of axle grease to beat him.
Next challenge, cycling, let's get it on! It's Ben Swift. Oh! How you doing, sir?
Our bike paled in comparison next to his state-of-the-art machine.
Our challenge to build a power-assisted bike just got very real.
You're our bicycling expert, so maybe you should actually ride it.
I'm up for that.
Okay.
I'm up for that, definitely.
You're riding, we're making.
We immediately spotted a neat collection of tech that we could use to modify the bike and hopefully give it enough welly to get Ortis down the quarter-mile straight. I was in build heaven.
Okay. We got this from the Power Tour racing.
The key to winning was going to be power, but it had to be the right sort of power.
We want something that's light and super fast, don't we, to help him?
Yeah.
Then I spotted a nitro-powered RC car, similar to the one we previously used to win a world record.
Well, definitely that's super fast.
Yeah, the only issue with nitro is its reliability. We've only got half an hour as well to set it up.
Yeah,
something like this, electric ducted fan engines, okay? So
yes.
these give a huge bang for your buck.
Yeah.
These are actually very, very lightweight.
EDF engines use battery power to suck in air and create propulsion, ideal for our challenge.
I reckon these would give about 6 horsepower each. You see, 4 of these, that's more power than an original Fiat 500.
While the others were busy sorting out my power source, I got on with making my bike as race-ready as I could.
Right, tyres.
The difference between winning and losing could all be down to my tyres. I needed to make sure they were right.
Back on the workbench, Polly and I were looking for a way to mount the 4 EDF engines onto the back of Otis's bike.
Oh, it's got a base.
Base on as well.
A bike rack was the best solution, but for extra rigidity and stability, we decided to beef it up with a bracket to attach the engines to.
And on hand to assist us were our best build buddies, Grant and James from Robo Challenge.
Meanwhile, Jason and I had found the perfect power source for our EDF engines.
The most sophisticated, cutting-edge battery source, lithium polymer.
1 pair of batteries per engine.
We had 8 batteries in total, a whole lot of power going into our engines, but we needed a way to control them.
Look for 3 more of those.
Speed controllers were the answer, and we needed to connect one to each of the engines, otherwise Ortis would go flying. Literally.
Guys, we've got 50 volts I'm about to plug in here, guys.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God! Do that again! Oh my God! I can't even hold them! Ortis! Ortis, come over here! Quick, get your ass over it! Get your butt over here, boy!
That's...
Right, this is one engine, just trust us.
You'll have 4.
Yeah, you'll have 4 of these bad boys. You ready?
Yeah. Watch Jason take off.
Ah! Do it again! Ah! Go for it, full power!
We don't use all our power yet. We need it down there.
We'll blow the fuse, but we'll get it sorted.
Quick, come on.
With the engine system up and running, we needed to get a shifty on with the mount.
How are we doing for time?
We're all right, we're doing well.
Doing awfully well.
Suddenly, I think we might have a chance in this challenge.
Sure, this is getting quite exciting, isn't it?
It certainly is. Right, here we go.
The key to finishing our build in time was simple engineering. But for that to be successful, everything needed to fit properly.
And that was down to us.
Beauty! That's what it needed. Get it,
Yeah.
Although I had what I thought was the easiest job of all, it seemed to be taking me forever.
Gotta make sure I don't pinch the inner tube that's in there, otherwise I'm gonna burst it.
I'd managed to find a set of tyres perfect for my race, but I'd only just got the first wheel onto the bike, and when I tried to pump it up, I noticed something. Something bad.
That doesn't feel like it's going up, actually. I think I might have pinched it. I have.
With time running out and Ortis still without tyres, Suzi was busy finishing off our bracket. The 3 pieces of metal needed to be welded together to make a U-shaped bracket that would sit under the bike rack and hold the engines on the side.
It's a bit rough and ready, but it should work.
We were on the final stretch. Now we just needed to work on the throttle. As a safety precaution, we also added a kill switch, so that if Ortis needed to, he could turn off the engines at any time.
Job done.
We tested the throttle, which was fine. Yes, and it's moving. But when we tested the kill switch, we had a problem.
Wait. No idea. Absolutely no idea.
I think we have a control problem. Instead of killing the throttle, the switch was opening it up to 100%.
If that happens to Otis on it, he's riding that bad boy and he ain't stopping.
But basically, we just need a switch that works.
Yeah. Otis, you are wearing a leather suit for this, aren't you?
Why?
Because
we've just had a bit of a problem with the throttle.
We may have overspec'd the power assist.
I didn't really grasp the enormity of the problem they had. I was too busy trying to sort out my wretched tyres. This was definitely one of those jobs I wish I'd never started. I'd pinpointed the problem to the bike pump. Luckily, I'd found another and that seemed to be working. But time was rapidly running out.
We only had 10 minutes left to get the bike finished. Polly and I attached the bike rack that would hold the batteries and the bracket went underneath, ready for the engines.
I still wasn't finished, and while John helped me with my tyres...
Pedals need changing.
How are we doing?
Good, just take your time and just make sure every nut and bolt is done properly, otherwise it's not going to work.
We carefully fixed each engine onto the bracket. They had to be perfectly straight. Any sign of instability would be bad news for Otis.
Time, ready?
Yep.
Look at Ben warming up.
Oh.
Yeah, you better warm up. Lycra boy.
Taking it very seriously.
Then all that was left to do was connect the batteries and speed controllers, while Grant and James made sure the throttle was in the right place under the handlebars.
When you apply throttle, okay, via the switch, do it very gently. So what I suggest you do is get the throttle on almost immediately.
Yeah.
Test it.
Yeah.
What you mustn't do is that, because it will really be a problem. It could make you do a wheelie. It will really feel a bit scary, I think, to begin with.
Only if I crank it right up to start with.
So take your time, but equally, strategically, you can't take too much time, otherwise the guy's going to be gone. If there was a problem, we've got a kill switch, which is essentially, you grab that group of wires there, yeah, and you yank it out. And that's it then, you've no engine left then, that's gone.
After that quite terrifying pep talk, it was time for me to go suit up and get ready for the ride of my life.
And with only seconds left on the clock, we were ready to carry out the final checks.
It's exciting, this bit, isn't it?
We'd done it. We'd built a power-assisted bike in just 45 minutes. And now Otis was ready to race down the daunting quarter-mile straight against professional cyclist Ben Swift.
The time had come.
3, 2, 1, go!
We were off. Instantly, Ben left me for dust, and he just kept on going. It took me a while to power up my engines, and I could see him fading into the distance. Keeping the bike steady whilst applying the throttle was taking all of my concentration, and Ben was getting further and further ahead while I didn't seem to be moving. But I kept focused, and as I pushed the throttle slowly upwards, all of a sudden I realised I was closing the gap. I couldn't believe it! But was there enough track left for me to beat him? As I'd crossed the line, I'd clocked a remarkable 44 miles per hour. Unbelievable!
We can see on your face. Congratulations!
Man! Ben, thanks for being a great sport and taking part in that, man. These babies, my goodness, they're amazing.
Ben, what did you think when he went past you?
Well, I could hear it getting louder and louder, and I knew it was coming, but the line was getting close, and I thought, I might just hang on, and then he went,
You know what that means, don't you?
I do.
We've won the second challenge.
2 challenges, 2 wins!
Yep. So, we're halfway there, guys.
Yeah, we are, but you don't think it's going to get any easier, right? It's not a chance.
No. Over the next half hour of the show, absolutely anything could happen in the next 2 challenges.
But whatever it is, it's going to be worth sticking around for.
Yay, well done!
Thank you, man. Yes!
Now, if you need a regular gadget fix and hanging out until next week's show is out of the question, head over to our website at channel5.com/gadgetshow. There you'll find the Gadget Show Web TV, our daily dose of the latest tech news, websites, video games, Best Buys and web-exclusive features, all brought to you by some familiar Gadget Show faces. Our site also features our massive archive of Gadget Show episodes, past and present. It's live right now, so get clicking.
Welcome back to this, so far, quite brilliant Gadget Show surprise special in Stratford-upon-Avon.
Yep, we've got to work as a team to try and complete 4 distinctly different challenges, and we don't know what each challenge is going to be until we've completed the previous one.
Yes, and in order for us to emerge victorious, we need to win more challenges than we lose. So, in the first challenge, which we won, we had to make the Chuckle Brothers laugh using gadgets.
In the second challenge, we all strapped an ordinary bike with some rocket propulsion to take on a professional cyclist. We won that challenge too!
Hey!
And in order to not slow things down and cause any unnecessary frustrations, I've already opened the envelope containing the third challenge, which is... Gadget Show team, in your third challenge, you'll each be given a high-tech safe and only 1 hour to break into it. Inside your safe is something you won't want anyone else to see. But be warned, these safes are tough. So get cracking.
Let's go, let's go.
We jumped straight into our A-team van and headed off to do some high-tech safe cracking.
There were 5 individual safes waiting for us, and each one contained an embarrassing clip of our earliest TV appearances.
Oh, you...
That's your... What?
No way! My footage was from my first ever TV appearance on Blind Date. And it was locked inside the Century QE data storage safe. It has a USB port on the front, which means you can connect to a drive locked inside. Check yours.
What's mine?
The safe I needed to crack was the Phoenix Citadel. It locks using 2 solid steel 25mm bolts, has a £40,000 insurance rating for jewellery, and was holding a clip of me in a TV ad from 19 years ago.
Let's look at Polly's.
Back in the day.
I had the Secure Line Professional. It's constructed with an 8mm solid steel door and a 3mm steel body with hardened plates protecting the locks, and a clip of me on Popstars The Rivals.
There's Jones.
I honestly can't remember that.
I was only 6.
An embarrassing clip of my first appearance on Top Gear last century was locked away in the Yale fire safe. The cheapest of the 5 safes on test, it offers an hour's fire protection, and its lock has over 1 billion combinations.
Is it embarrassing?
Well, yeah, because, I mean, I'm just full of excitement and no real anything to say.
And footage of my first ever cable TV appearance was being held in a Burton Magnum. It has 30 minutes fire protection at 1,000 degrees Celsius, and it's fitted with drill-resistant plates to protect the locks and bolts.
Gotta get mine out and bury it. We had to work together to break into the safes so we could rescue our footage and make sure that it would never see the light of day again.
So, in true Gadget style, we got cracking straight away with a huge, great digger.
Can I drive the digger, please?
Yes, that's right. We weren't taking any chances. This was no time for quietly sitting with stethoscopes listening to combination locks. This was a time to test the safes to the edge of destruction.
Incoming!
And hopefully beyond.
We started loading the safes onto the digger cradle and dropping them from a great height to see if the impact would burst them open.
This is horrible!
Oh!
One by one, they came crashing to the floor.
Oh! Has it opened it?
Although they had a few cuts and bruises, the impact certainly hadn't broken any of them open. We needed to step it up a notch.
We needed to get that footage.
We now have a cutting tool ready to rock and roll. It's over there.
Let's do it!
Let's do the second test.
We each set about the safes with a powerful angle grinder to try and cut the TV clips out.
Oh, it's sinking in.
And we thought that Jason had finally cracked the QE Sentry.
Oh no!
But it was only the front panel.
But these safes are made of thick, reinforced and in some cases galvanized steel. But although John did a good job of cutting around the lock of the Phoenix, it broke the angle grinder.
It wasn't looking good for us.
Our time was running out, so we quickly moved on to our last shot at cracking the safes.
Yes, it was time to roll out the explosives and see if we could blow the doors open.
Our special effects expert Graham was on hand with some PETN, or pentaerythritol tetranitrate, a highly explosive organic compound and one of the most powerful explosives around today. It just looks like a washing line, but actually really packs a punch.
This stuff is used for demolition purposes and even by the military. It's super destructive, but would it be enough to get into our armoured safes? Graham made sure we handled it correctly. Do not try this at home.
I'm going to take a dual approach here. I'm going to use a small amount of high explosives on the part that I've already attacked with my grinder.
We carefully attached the explosives to each of our safes, ready for blasting, and kept everything crossed that we'd finally managed to blow them open, save our TV clips, and win the challenge.
So, as Polly was set to trigger the booms, we stood back and enjoyed the view.
Okay, I'm arming them. Ready!
Shut off their concrete block!
The loudest bangs we've ever heard.
Pressure wave is incredible.
You can really feel it.
The explosions were intense. There was no way the safes could have survived that, was there?
Even though every safe had taken a serious beating, every single door was still as tightly shut as when we first started.
We failed. Oh no!
Oh no!
Failed a challenge.
Gadget Safes 5, Gadget Show 0.
This is it.
Oh,
So it's 2-1.
Relies on the last one.
Yeah.
We have to win the last challenge. We have to.
Unfortunately, none of you have succeeded in your task, and as a punishment, your videos will now be posted online.
Oh, that's really
You can't do that!
You're the only one.
Look at her face. Yes.
Yours must be worse than mine!
It is.
Welcome back, and you're about to find out with us the nature of our fourth and final challenge in a Gadget Show Challenge Surprise Special.
Yes, we started the day not knowing what we would be doing, other than the fact that we would be facing 4 surprise challenges. In order to be victorious, we would have to win more than we lost.
So far, we've been challenged with making the Chuckle Brothers laugh. We did, and we won that one.
Secondly, I sat myself upon a Gadget teamified push bike and took on a professional cyclist. We won that one too.
Yes!
And we have just given hell to some safes, which hold something very precious inside to each one of us. Yeah. But unfortunately, we failed because we couldn't open them.
Yes, and now it's time for the final challenge of the day. And here it is. Challenge number 4, Gadget Show team. For your final challenge, you need to make your way to AG Cranes in Studley, where hopefully you will notch up another Guinness World Record for the Gadget Show. Now get to it.
Mysterious. I don't know what it is.
Let's get to it then, let's go!
Intrigued, we wasted no time jumping back into the van,
Good. Excellent. Jolly good.
where we found an iPad complete with a video message.
Okay, guys, we're going to play the 4th challenge.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Over the past few days, a crack team of software developers from Neurosky and design engineers from Loughborough University have built and programmed an interface capable of controlling a 50-ton lifting crane using only the power of the human brain. As a result, your challenge is to enter the record books by successfully operating the world's largest mind-controlled machine, using it to physically move a car across a warehouse.
That sounds awesome.
How cool is that? As night fell, we arrived at the huge 1,200 square metre warehouse where our record attempt would take place.
Look, it was like we'd walked onto a film set.
That's the crane.
That's the car.
But quickly, the scale of the challenge hit home.
So just a minute, we're going to lift this car?
Yeah, with that crane, using just the power of our minds.
Wow.
How on earth is that going to work?
To succeed in this challenge, teamwork was key. We needed one person directing the operation from a cherry picker, while the others each controlled one of the crane's 4 functions.
I nominate Suzi to boss this one because she is naturally organised.
I second that.
Organised.
You mean I'm quite good at directing?
That's what I was trying to say, yeah.
I'm happy to
So you're in the
direct.
cherry picker?
Yeah, great, OK, I'll do that,
hot
that's
seat.
fine. So whatever I say, you guys have to do.
If it's OK with you guys, I'm going to go for forward and back.
Left and right, please.
And I'll control the up and down movement of the hoist, yep.
And I'll turn the magnet on and off.
Nice.
You've always had a sort of magnetism about you,
Yeah,
guys.
it's an attractive quality, some might say.
So while Suzi climbed aboard the cherry picker, the rest of us put on the ingenious NeuroSky Mindwave headsets. These commercially available EEG biosensors pick up the mind's electrical impulses or brain waves, sending the data wirelessly to laptops that control the crane. Are you feeling focused?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes!
This is momentous. This has never been done before.
A first.
A first. We've got to do our very, very best with this.
Yep.
Suzi was in position up on high with a great view of proceedings, and her job to direct the magnet onto the target was crucial.
The thing is, if I'm 2 or 3 centimetres off, the whole thing won't work.
Gaz, our Guinness World Records adjudicator, had given our brain control interface the once-over and came back with his verdict.
We've inspected the system. You may begin the challenge.
I was first, and my job was to move the crane along the length of the warehouse towards Suzi until it was parallel with the car. First, I had to select the direction I wanted the crane to move by pushing a button, but then it was all down to mind power. As I concentrated my mind, the coloured bar on the screen slowly increased in size as the amount of beta brainwaves I was giving off rose.
It was a tense wait, but then Jason's concentration level rose high enough to turn the bar green, triggering an actuator to press the forward button on the crane's control panel. It was moving!
This was insane. Jason was controlling a 50-ton crane with his mind.
What's going on? Oh my God!
It's so amazing, Jason. Well done. That's brilliant. Keep it up.
Right. I quickly had to get back in the zone and take the crane forward to the end of the warehouse under Suzi's instruction.
Stop, Jason. Stop. Stop.
I'm a superhero! I have the power to move things with my mind.
Right, that's part 1 over. Otis Dealey, are you ready?
I think so. My job was to move the hoist right, to position the magnet directly above the car, and straight away I was in the groove. Oh, that is so cool.
This might be the coolest thing we've ever done on the Gadget Show.
And after one last big effort, I'd manoeuvred it into place.
And stop.
That was awesome, man. Is that perfect?
Yes, perfect.
I wouldn't want to say perfect.
And with that, it was over to John.
I'm very impressed so far, but I'm also now slightly nervous because it's my turn.
However, John was a natural. He had absolutely no trouble getting and staying concentrated.
Bang on! Bang on!
First time of asking.
Well done, John.
The pressure was now on me to power up the magnet before we could lift the car. But I was really struggling. I just couldn't keep the actuator lever down for the solid 4 seconds it needed to activate. My heart was pounding. But thankfully, the magnet eventually switched on and Suzi broke the good news.
Well done, Polly. That's on. Good girl.
Things were now about to get really exciting.
The magnet's on. The car is engaged. We now have to bring the car back.
But as John attempted to lift the car, the tension was unbearable.
Like Polly, I initially couldn't sustain any concentration.
Calm, John.
However, after a concerted effort, I did it!
The car was airborne. It was a truly magical sight.
Okay, so next, Otis, you're up.
I now had to move the car left, but there was a big problem. I had completely lost my ability to focus. Sorry, I've got performance anxiety. And the harder I tried, the harder it became.
Seconds felt like minutes as the car hung motionless.
And concern was growing as our world record was seemingly hanging in the balance. Until...
I'd done it! I'd finally hit the coveted green zone, and I wasn't gonna let it slip.
Stop, Otis.
That is perfect, man. That is absolutely perfect.
Jason, are you ready?
It was now up to me to bring the car home, and I wasn't messing around.
Amazingly, without a single blip or hesitation, Jason brought the car back in style.
Oh my God.
He's only magnificent, that's what it is!
Whoa! Yeah!
One, man.
Oh! I am the mine crane master.
To secure the world record, all that remained was for John to return the car to solid ground, which he did with aplomb.
Yes! Yes! We'd done it! Using the power of the concentrated mind, we controlled a 50-ton crane to pick up and transport a car, completing what could well be the most amazing Gadget Show challenge ever. So here we are.
Wow! A deeply intimidating display of mental agility and concentration.
Excellent.
You are Guinness World Record holders.
Yes! Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
That's amazing.
Certificate for the heaviest machine moved using a brain control interface.
So, a Guinness World Record, but you know what else? We've won 3 out of today's 4 challenges, which means we have won our surprise challenge special.
It sounds good.
It does. But that's all we've got time for.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
See
ya.
Bye.